had a really nice conversation before we began about the difference between responsive and mobile. And I ask this question all the time. So how many of you have a website that is mobile? How many of you have a website as a responsive site? How many of you have no idea the difference? Cool. So the difference is, and I love this visual that my designer found and made for me because it was such a great way to explain it, is that when you look at a site on your phone that loads, and I almost think of it like it looks like it's zoomed out and the person has to do this with their fingers on the phone. That is what we call a mobile-friendly site. It means it'll still load on the phone, but it's not at all what anyone in this area would call mobile. Now, the second is responsive. Responsive is one website that literally self-adjusts the content, whereas a mobile website is two websites. So you're basically saying, with my mobile audience, I want to send them this information. With my desktop audience, I want to send them this information. Does that help clarify it? Good. I told you that's why I need the head nods. Last but not least in the lingo department is the difference between a mobile app versus a web app. So as we know, a mobile app is something that you have to, well, do you guys all know the differences? Okay, good. I appreciate that. I love the head nods. So mobile app is when you are actually downloading the application to your phone, whereas the other requires a browser to run. Okay, and you will notice what's really interesting is actually some mobile apps you can run certain elements of it when you're not connected to the internet. So, you know, like for example, like the Vow, I can play with certain things on the phone when I'm not connected. So as I'm sitting on a plane ride, I can go, ooh, look at that, I can play with this. But with a web app, obviously, without the internet connection, your user won't be able to use all those advanced application settings that you would have like you would in your mobile app. Make sense? Perfect.